Debbie.
Hi, Marla.
How are you today?
I'm fabulous. And yourself?
I'm fabulous as well. And you know what else is fabulous? Is your sweatshirt. I love it.
Are you making fun of my skull sweatshirt?
No, I really like it. It's cool.
Oh, yeah? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, do you know why I love skulls so much?
No, tell me.
Because in my humble mind, skulls represent bravery and the ability to overcome anything in life that throws at you. That's what skulls represent to me.
That's cool.
Yeah, it
I
is cool.
understand that. Yeah.
I think in some other cultures, though, it means something different. It means like Grim Reaper or Halloween or something to that effect. But for me, that's what it reminds me of, is to be brave and to be resilient. So bravery and resilience is what skulls represent to me.
That's really awesome.
Thank
I like
you.
that.
I'm glad.
I think of like Dia de los Muertos with all those like pretty.
Oh, the
what do
sugar
you call
skulls?
them? Sugar skulls? Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
They're
Yeah.
so fun.
We
Yeah.
have to, maybe next Halloween we'll dress up in sugar skulls.
I think so. That would
We
be
should
really
do that.
fun.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
we could even have like a viewer contest.
Yeah.
See who sends over the best looking skull picture. I like that. Okay, keep that idea. Write that down.
Okay. All right. I'm writing skulls in capital letters.
Yes.
Okay. So today I wanted to talk about, or wanted to think about, or ponder about, I guess, is if owning a home is still more affordable than renting in the Bay Area these days. So what are your thoughts on that, Debbie?
Oh my gosh, I have lots of thoughts on that. My first reaction is yes, absolutely. For those of you that have been watching interest rates, I mean, the rates are so low. I recently heard of a jumbo loan for under 2.50%, 2.5% for a 30-year fix. And I'm like, wow. I mean, it was just unbelievable rate. And then I recently heard of another gal getting a loan that was FHA that was closer to 2%, 2.25%. So I'm blown away by these interest rates that the banks are offering. Of course, they're doing that to keep the economy stimulated, and in reality, just keep people buying. So yes, I mean, oftentimes when we meet customers that are renting, it's almost mind-blowing that when we figure out what they're paying a month for rent and then what a mortgage would be, by comparison, I mean, they're almost the same. And in some respects, in my humble opinion, I think the rents are more expensive in that you're putting out this monthly money, right? Mm-hmm. And you get none of it back. When you buy a home and get a mortgage, you're investing in yourself. So every monthly payment that you're making, right, there you get some write-offs, right? Mm-hmm. But you're also building equity. And so in my humble opinion, with the rates being so low, if you're not taking advantage of that, my question to you is, why not?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, why not? Like,
Right.
what are some of the reasons that you've heard why people are not taking advantage of low rates?
Well, I think the biggest challenge right now, and this is for, in particular, certain demographics of our populace, people that maybe just graduated college or maybe have only been working for a short time, don't have the down payment. That's what we hear a lot, that they have the misconception that, oh my gosh, I need 20% down or 30% down in order to buy a place. And there are loans that can be had with the 5% down or 3% down. These are FHA or government-backed financing. Obviously, the price points too matter as well. Sometimes people think, well, if I can't get into a house right away, then I don't want to do it. But I think there's a process to that, right? You start out with something small, you live there 3 to 5 years, you build equity, you sell that, you move on to the next step, and then you own that for 3 to 5 years and move on to the next step. And so it takes a few steps to get to maybe your dream home, unless you win the lotto or something, then you can go straight to the last step or the most important step. But the reality is that you have to get started someplace, and I think it can be the process can be a little bit intimidating, and that's why you really want to start with just having a conversation with someone that you know and trust, and you can ask a lot of questions and make the whole process feel less intimidating, because knowledge is power, right?
Yeah. I have some stats here.
I love stats.
Me too. I love stats. I love big stats, and I cannot lie.
You just had to say that.
I did just have to say it.
Okay.
Anyways, so owning a median-priced 3-bedroom home is more affordable than renting a 3-bedroom property in 572 or 63% of the 915 U.S. counties analyzed for this report.
And so where is this report from?
So this is from the 2021 Rental Affordability Report.
Oh, very cool. Yes.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is the wonderful thing about the internet is that you can verify all this stuff. I mean, you can even just type in, is it more affordable to own or rent? And my gosh, 200,000 pages of information will pop up when you Google that. And of course, you'll have some naysayers that say, oh, it's too expensive to purchase or all that kind of stuff. But usually people who are the naysayers are the ones that don't own property. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I think we've talked about this a lot on our podcast, but like real estate is the ideal investment.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And why don't you tell us what the IDEAL stands for, the acronym IDEAL?
Oh my goodness, you're going to put me on the spot. Okay, of course I remember it, but so in IDEAL stands for interest, so you can write off the interest.
That's right.
D stands for depreciation. You can depreciate the property.
If you have a rental property, that's correct. Then the depreciation is also a write-off. Yes.
Yeah, also a write-off. E, you build equity. We just talked about that in the steps of owning real estate. And A is for appreciation. The property appreciates.
Yes, they do. And actually, if you ever have any doubt, I mean, you don't have to take our word for it, but if you were to just simply Google real estate values, historical real estate values in the San Francisco Bay Area from 1960 forward, you will see this graph. It's so compelling. You got to do this. As soon as, you get an opportunity to do this for yourself, just don't believe us. But when you do that, you'll see from 1960, to present day, and it just goes like this. I mean, it's just an upward trajectory. It is incredible. So values in the Bay Area appreciate, and quite honestly, it doesn't matter what the stock market is doing or what's happening, eventually it goes up. And so we like to think that it goes or doubles every 10 years. And you can, when you do that search, you'll see that it absolutely doubles in every 10 years.
And then I have L, that stands for leverage.
Yes, leverage, the L word. Very important because this is where you can utilize your equity for other things. So if you want to try and leverage to buy another property or improve the one that you're in, or help your children get into a property or pay for medical school, that kind of stuff. So leverage is important. So yes, real estate is the ideal investment. And thank you. I have to do a shout out to Mr. John Finnegan, my mentor, who taught that to me about 30 years ago. So thank you, John.
Well,
and his beautiful wife, Therese.
Yeah.
And I taught it to her.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Finnegans.
Yeah. So I think that's those are all really great topics about why owning is more affordable than renting, because even if you're like paying a mortgage and it's comparable to rent, you still don't get those great ideal benefits.
That's correct. That's
at the
absolutely
end of the year.
true.
Yeah.
We work with really great lender partners that can actually demonstrate that there's actually a cost to waiting. Sometimes we hear customers that say, well, I'm going to wait for the market to crash. Not happening. Or they may say, well, I'm going to wait, until either I have a little bit more down payment or make a little bit more money. And those are all good reasons to wait. But there's actually a cost to waiting because the prices keep going up. And so we actually have a couple lender partners that can demonstrate or explain how that is and see if indeed, how much is it costing you to wait before you buy your first home or your next home or your dream home?
Well, so that was really great. Thank you so much, Debbie. If you liked what we were talking about today, or you want to know more information about owning versus renting, please go ahead and message us. You can email Debbie at debbiewong.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel wherever you listen to your podcasts. And hit the subscribe button.
Yeah. And if you have a really cool skull sweater, please send me a picture of it. Okay. I'd love to see it.
Thanks. So, bye-bye.
All right. Take care until we see each other again. Stay safe.
Stay safe.